designer there. I know you mentioned with Debbie that you had worked on some of the merchandising in the park. You had to work in the park. That was part of which I hope they still do that. That's really
they do.
Oh, that's awesome. But how does that work? Because that's actually another one of my favorite parts of going there was kind of seeing the way the visual merchandising tied in, and it didn't seem like it was like this kind of whole like just a cheap gift shop trying to make. I mean, they were so well thought out. You saw a mug and it was like, oh, it's $25. But then you look at that mug, yeah, that's like worth $25 for that mug. It's beautiful.
Particularly if I designed it, it was definitely worth that. The way, and it's changed a little bit since I was there, but we had a division that was called Disney Design Group, and we were the team that was responsible to do all merchandise development for the theme parks. Right. Then there's the consumer products group. They're doing a lot of the licensed work. They were out of Burbank. We were out of Florida. Right. We would do some things together, like synergistically, where it's like, oh, they're going to do something big for the Disney store, and we're going to do something similar in parks and resorts.
Right.
And so it worked that way, and very similar to the way, frankly, I designed for Hershey or chocolate. So much of it is based on trend, what's happening, in the marketplace, what are the socioeconomic kind of feelings going on in the world. Are people happy? Are people depressed? Are people, looking for nostalgia and warmth? And so we would do a lot of work around kind of mood, theme, trend, and then say, okay, well, how would those trends come to life through the lens of Disney? Or if it were, how would they come to life through a specific retail location? So if you're doing product development for the Jungle Cruise, for instance, and there's, a big kind of nostalgic theme. Can you play that up in some of the way that you bring it to life? Or if travel and experiencing the world, can you tie that in? And I think you see a lot of that. I think Disney is probably one of the best, particularly from a parks and resort merchandise point of view. To your point, I never feel like I'm being sold to there. I feel like, I want that to remember this experience.
To commemorate such a truly like a magical day.
So that's kind of the way it worked. But there were also the business side that was more about the procurement of the items and the forecasting of how many of that mug will sell, how do we order, but everything that we did. It was great for me because I did come from more of a traditional 2D print background.
Right.
And so I remember when I got the job, I was really nervous because it was the first time that I had worked three-dimensional in product development. And it's just a great experience because it opened my opportunities to working with different types of artists versus just graphic designers. So sculptors and painters and photographers and illustrators and everything that make what I do every day kind of come together. When I first got there, and I'm thrilled that they took a risk on me. It was a really great way to kind of round out my talent and what I was able to do. And then what made me, frankly, want to go and work for another massive consumer product company like, Procter and Gamble or the Hershey Company.
This guy just setting up segues. I love it. They're the easiest guests ever. This is perfect. I love it.
But I don't know if I answered your question. I just,
it's okay. This is just a chill conversation. We talk about whatever. There's no.
If I could lift my monitor for you, you would see I've literally got a shrine to Disney, like either awards that I won while I was there. I'll show you. I'm going to stand up.
Yeah, go ahead. You can.
Or the belly. I spent a lot of time doing.
Wait, show the cufflinks while we're here. While we're on the subject, you got to show the Kisses cufflinks.
So I've got these fabulous Kiss cufflinks. And on the back, they're a Hershey Pip.
Oh my God.
But when we did a redesign of the corporate brand, and the logo was a big part of that, and I had these made because I try to wear cufflinks every day.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my favorite things I ever designed at Disney because I am a Haunted Mansion.
I'm so excited right now.
junkie. I love the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
And I was able to, and I don't tell too many people this because I don't want to ruin any magic, but I was actually able to go into the Haunted Mansion before the park opened. And you're very supervised when that happens. So it's not, they're like, oh yeah, go in. And so that you have a guard with you, but they turn the lights on because I was doing a commemorative pin that, I've got shade. It's like in this box here.
Oh my God.
But
so
I'm going to
cool.
open it. It's magic here. But it's Master Gracie. And he is, he sits above the fireplace.
The elevator, right?
Right before you get into the elevator. But what's really cool is he's a lenticular pin. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, I can see kind of moving.
But he goes from, skull, skeleton to beautiful Master Gracie self. But anyway, this was like one of the a project that we had done for like a limited edition Haunted Mansion thing, and it's like a prized possession.
That is so
they only
cool.
made 999 of them because that's how many ghosts there are in the Haunted Mansion. 999. And we
might make this whole thing about Disney. I was
like, anyway, and you could actually find this on eBay. My niece will send me links. She's like, "Your pin's going for a killing."
Oh
but
my God.
Anyway, I love it.
That's so awesome.
But then I also did, I spent a lot of time at Disney designing pins, like collectible, flair. Exactly. And I dropped one. But going full circle, I just finished designing a massive set of pins for Hershey, because we're an official sponsor for the United States Olympics team. And
I've been
pins.
sharing everything. I've been a good friend. I've been sharing everything.